Hi, this is Tammy Richardson of Arlette's Art. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today's project is the fourth and final project in September's BBM. For those of you that don't know about the BBM, it stands for Best Bundle of the Month, and every month I choose a bundle that I think is appropriate for that month or that season, and I offer a host code for ordering. And when you order your BBM with the host code, you will receive 4 project kits that pertain to that month's BBM. So this month's BBM can be found on page 40 of our holiday catalog, and it's the Home Sweet Home bundle. It comes with this particular stamp set and these thinlits. So today's project is going to be a Christmas ornament birdhouse. And here it is right here. Made with that bundle with a few alterations. Okay, if you participated in September's BBM, you received this kit. It has everything you need except adhesive for making your project. And the first thing you're going to want to do is take out your white cardstock. And this is the heavyweight Whisper White. You will take your house die, which is this one here, and you will lay it on your cardstock, just like this, lining up this edge of the die with this edge of the cardstock. You'll run it through the Big Shot, and then you'll bring it back, flip it, line up this side with the die and run it through again. Now I've already done that. So what you'll have are 2 pieces that look like this. Now in your kit you received pieces that were already embossed and cut for you. And you will need to take the house front, lay it on your cutout house with a pencil, draw a circle where the hole die is. Then you will take the circle die and you will lay it on top of your circle that you've drawn and run it through the Big Shot, and that will give you your little opening for your birdhouse. Okay, the next thing you're going to want to do is score on all the score lines of both of your pieces. Now let's see if I can find my bone folder. I sure can. Okay, we're going to make these nice and crisp. We will fold on all the lines. Oops, chuck that up underneath there. And let's give us a, there we go. And we've got this long one here that's going to be used to put our house together. Give it a nice, and we've got these 2, which we will and this side. And one more. Oops. There we go. Give it a pinch, and now a good firm rub with your bone folder. Okay, now you have all of your score lines folded and ready to go. You do that to both pieces, and I've done that here. My front has the hole, and my back does not, but they're all folded exactly the same. And the next thing you're going to want to do is take your pieces that you got that were already embossed and start adding them to your birdhouse. I like to use the Tombow liquid glue for this part because of the ridges. It will stick a lot better and it won't flatten out your embossing. So we just turn this over and give it a good bit of glue. Grab our house, line up our hole, make sure our edges are even, and there you go. Now you'll do this on all of the pieces, both sides. Go ahead and give this one a little bit. I don't like to get too globby because I don't want it to ooze out. Okay, flip it over and line. Now it's a lot easier if you fold this because these pieces have stretched just a little bit in the embossing process. So if you turn it over, you can line it up really well. And then when you open it up, they come together. Okay, so do that to your other one. And I have mine completed, both sides. Okay, so now what you want to do is put your house together. Now for this process, I like to use the tear tape. It's a very strong holding tape, and I don't have to worry about embossing lines or anything like that. So I've already added mine. We're going to see if I can get the cover off. It's a little bit more difficult than it looks with these nails. Okay, and we'll bring it over and we will line up our score lines, top and bottom, just like that. Give it a good pinch. Now I do like to turn it over and run my bone folder down the edge, just to make sure. Then we'll come over here and get the other one. Let's see if I can find I burnished it really well with my, sometimes you need your pokey tool. Let's see if I can get it like this. Holy mackerel. It's not going to let me in. I don't normally have this difficult of a time. Oops. Well, I didn't get that burnished very well, did I? All right. Well, now let's see if we can get that off of there. There we go. All right. And we're going to flip this over, bring it around, just like we did the other one. Line up the score lines. Give it a pinch. And there you go. Now to do this burnishing, I'm going to come in with my bone folder this way. And just run it up and down. There you go. Now it's time to do the bottom. And the way we do that is we hold the front of it towards us. We'll fold in the two small side pieces. We will fold the back to the front and the front to the back. And that way we don't see any opening seams. Now let's see if I have as difficult a time with this tear tape as I did the other one. Oh, there we go. If I can just get a hold of it, we're good. And one more. I did put 2 rows of the tear tape. Which wasn't absolutely necessary, but let's give it one more little try here. And if I can't get it up, we'll leave it. There we go. Okay, so we fold these in. We fold this to make it square. And we fold this down. We want to make sure it is square. There we go. Now you can take your bone folder and just rub on the inside of that just to make sure that it's attached. We're not putting anything in this, so it's really not that big a deal. Okay, now the way your roof is going to attach is, see these little points in here that are cut out, these little triangles? Your roof pieces are just going to fit right down inside that, both of them. And that will be how you close your roof. Now, we need to decorate our roof before we seal it up. So we're going to do that now. Let's get rid of this. Okay, from your kit, you're going to want to take your white glimmer paper and your roof die. And there are 2 roofs. I chose this one. This one is kind of for the Halloween house, but I'll show you what I'm going to do. And you're going to lay them anyway, probably this way. You're going to cut it out. Now you're going to need 12 of these. So you'll put this down, run it through, put it down again, run it through until you have all of your roof pieces cut out. Now I've already done that as well. So here are just a couple. I cut enough for 1/2 of the roof, and you do both sides the same way. You're going to take, for each side, you're going to need to take 2 of these and your paper snips, and you're going to want to make these pointed like icicles. So I just took it and got some points, and another one here, and another one. And I just continue in this manner for the 2 strips. There we go. So you can see I'm not being really precise. We just kind of want more of a drippy look than a square look on these bottom pieces. So we'll just come over here. And one more. There we go. Okay, now you want to do that to 2 of them. And I'm going to pause the camera real quick while I do this second one, and then I'm going to show you how I layer them on the roof. Okay, I'm back, and I've got both of my roof pieces cut into points. And now I'm going to take my box and my Tombow glue. Oops. Let's get a hold of that puppy. Okay. And I'm going to run a line of glue right down just like that. All right. Now we're going to take this and we're going to, I would say center it, but you're going to need to probably put it a little bit to one side or the other, because you're going to be doing this back and forth with your pieces. For instance, this one, if I can get a hold of it, is our next pointed piece. Oops, I got a little bit stuck to me. Okay, and it's going to go on top of the one we just laid down at the, and we laid it down at the bottom of the roof. We're going to stack it from bottom to top. Okay, now see how we let a little bit more hang off on that side than this side? Well, this time we're going to do it the opposite. We're going to let a little more hang over the front, and oops, just gonna let that, well, what in the world? Did I not get enough glue? Apparently not. We'll just put a little bit right here. How's that? There we go. Alrighty. Yeah, well, and I'm really just trying to do the same thing, and I'm lining this one a little bit lower than I probably will the others, because I want you to be able to see those points. Okay, and from that point on, the rest of them are glued back and forth, making sure that you don't see any of the roof. So it will be lined up just like this, back and forth, until you have all 6 of them up to the point. And you definitely want to end with your straight edge on your roof peak. Okay? So then you'll turn it around and you'll do exactly the same thing to the other side. All right. And when you've finished that, you will jump back into your kit and pull out your little baggie of accessories. And in it you will find your ribbon, which you will take and fold in half. And tie a knot in the bottom. Just like this. Pull it tight. You will put tape along one edge. You'll insert your ribbon down into it, and you will close it up. Now make sure you put your ribbon where you want it before you seal it up. Okay? And that gives you your pretty little hanger, and it won't pull loose. All right, for the rest of the decorating of your birdhouse, pretty much going to leave that up to you, but I did want to show you of course, I glued the primary one right above the house. Whoops, sorry about that. Right above the door. And in here, you're going to find an odd piece that you may not understand. And it is a strip of a dimensional with some glitter card stuck to both sides. This is going to be your perch. And the way you're going to do your perch is you can take your pokey tool or your scissors, and you're going to go just find your spot. Oops, that is where you want it to be, centered, and just very easily poke a hole. You don't want to get crazy because you don't want it to be too big. But you do want to be able to get your... Now you're going to take your perch and see if it'll fit. It may not. You may have to open your hole a little more. Yep, looks like I do. Which is kind of why I like the scissors, because they get a little bigger as I get down. Now let's see if we can squeeze it in here. You want your glitter paper up and down. And I believe just about have that in there. Let's use our scissors to kind of poke it. Sorry about that. I'm leaving the screen. Well, I'm going to have to make that hole a little bit bigger. There we go. I think that'll work. Where did I throw my... Here we go. All right. We're going to stick that inside, and we're going to push it in. And as we push it, we're going to straighten out our perch and make it as long or as short as we want to. Okay? And that will stay there. Now, for your bird, and like I said, you do have all of the embellishments. These string sequins can be pulled right off. The silver and the snowflakes are already separated, and you just decide what you want to do with them. I put 2 on each side of my roof, and then I added 2 to every side of my box. And like I said, this is the snowflakes. And then I just kind of filled in with everything else until it looked nice, using the, 3-5 kind of concept. Now let me show you how to get the cardinal out of this little bird. I sent you this stamped image. And what you'll do, this is the bird, and this is a bow. But when you cut it out, you will cut all the way around the edge of the bird. And when you get to your bow, you will cut up, up, and over. Now, I suggest that when cutting, the flat part that's going to be behind his head, that's the part that I would leave longer, so that you can, for instance, on this piece, what I should have done was this and this. And then I've got a piece that I can put behind his head. And I can trim it off as I choose, but at least I've got a longer piece to work with. Okay? And then you will just take your bird, cut him out. Now I did go around mine with a black marker, and I just used the felt tip end and filled in his eye and went around the top of him and his tail to darken him up. Then you can attach your I may not ever catch that. You're going to attach the top of his head, his little point, right behind him with some glue. And then you will use a dimensional. And I actually stacked 2 dimensionals behind him and added him to the front. I don't know if you can see it on the finished one. Oh, sure you can. I stacked 2 dimensionals so that he would stand out a little bit more on his perch. So that was our final project for this month's BBM. I hope you enjoyed them. If you have any questions, please leave me a note at the bottom of the video. And I'm dying for some feedback. So please leave me a note telling me what I can do differently, what you liked, what you didn't like about the videos. And I look forward to October's BBM, and it's coming up. So watch for those videos. Thank you.